Mason can be Ashley's partner, and Diane and Jack, and Audrey. Audrey. Would any little boy in class like to be Audrey Anderson's lab partner? It's no secret that relationships are hard, no matter what age you are. In Maybe Baby It's You by Charlie Shanahan and Sherry Simpson, on-the-street interviews offering an adult perspective on love are interspersed with scenes from Audrey's classroom quest for the perfect lab partner. My dear Mrs. Berkey, in the Old West, farmers with the need to be fruitful and multiply would often send for a mail-order bride. Da-da-da-da. I certainly hope that since I arrived at this prepubescent home of higher learning in a bus and not a covered wagon, that I will be spared the humiliation of being chosen by one of the cowpokes in this tawdry rodeo of hormones known as junior high school. Oh, but Audrey, every little girl needs a lab partner. I appreciate the concern in your thinly veiled metaphor, my dear woman. Allow me to continue your analogy to make my point. I am not a single element longing for a male to make me a compound. I ask one thing and one thing only, to be allowed to light the Bunsen burner of my heart with a strong, solitary flame. Now, Audrey, don't be so silly. We're just going to match you up with some wonderful little boys to help you find the lab partner of your dreams. Excuse me, do you have a minute to answer some questions on love and relationships? The most important thing in a relationship is trust! The ability to convey the illusion of trust. Hey, Ashley, looking hot today. Hey, Steph, you get your hair cut? Now I do like it, it's hot. Deanne, check this out. I got a frog in my throat. Hot. What? Were you checking out my move ski quad? Impressive, Ralphie. You know it. I mean, it's not every man who can back up his peacock strut with results. Take, for example, the ancient proof of manhood ritual in the Congo. A young warrior is sent to the village nuptials hut, where his 3 new brides await. If he cannot impregnate the trio within one 24-hour period, the irate villagers string him up over the banana trees and pelt him with dead tarantulas. Mrs. Berkey! What don't women get about men? They don't get that we're not women. There's not that much to get you now. I mean, I think 14, and I think you got it. Yo, Mrs. B! I just made the incision on the toad pole. Will you watch it? Yes, I was watching, Vinny. 4 years in the 7th grade really has paid off. Oh yeah, I guess that it has. What are you reading, Vincent? Nothing. I didn't ask what you were retaining. I asked what you were reading. The book that tells you how to cut up the amphetamine. My ma just bought me this shirt and I don't want to get no frog juice on it or nothing. Well-groomed and thoughtful. More reasons why I'm so proud to know you, Vincent. Perhaps when you're 30 and still living in your mother's house because you can't find another woman to cut your meat for you. Then the bloom will be off the rose, but until then, I'm paralyzed with excitement. Oh, shut up, Audrey. You're just jealous 'cause, you want me. Why, you've caught me, Vincent. You are what scientists would call a, healthy specimen. Therefore, I intend to negotiate a hefty prenup, marry you in the briefest of civil ceremonies, and, consummate our relationship in a Motel 6 near the airport. conceiving a child that would have your physical strength and my brain. Once I've secured this master race within my womb, I intend to emulate the Black Widow spider and devour you alive! Mrs. Boyke? The idea of soulmates. Do you believe in that concept? I believe you search your life for that one person you're destined to be with. It's not something you look for, though. It sort of just, happens. Boys and girls, I am proud to announce a new addition to our classroom, Lincoln Myers. Please make him feel at home. Ew. Audrey. Were you aware that, statistically, those named after famous men have a higher rate of poor job performance, feelings of inadequacy, fear of cuckoldry, and communism? Perhaps we could speak to your well-intentioned but obviously overly optimistic mother and get your moniker changed to Bob. Were you aware that those with an overactive interest in statistics have a lower rate of social interaction, prom attendance, marriage, and childbearing? I suggest you pay greater attention to breathing organisms, as they will be the ones to spoon the oatmeal into your trembling mouth when you've one day lost all motor function and bingo has become your religion. But perhaps I'm too forward. Not at all! I thank you for your concern, but it is unwarranted, as I'm planning on being cryogenically frozen at the first sign of a tremor. Perhaps then you can be defrosted at a time when women are no longer forced to lord their intellect and power over much less worthy opponents who are wounded forevermore. Anyone can destroy a soul. It takes much greater strength to build one up. Would you care to make the first incision, lad partner of my heart? With pleasure.